I don't think Detroit likes being streamed.
Is it? Oh, we're trying
It's
again.
live.
We're trying again.
We're trying again. Trying again through the capture card
XD.
because of it blocking the story stuff so that it doesn't get spoiled. It's like, it's okay, we'll be fine. What they don't expect you to do is go around it. I'm fine, go away. Chloe's creepy.
She quotes things if you just leave it on the screen as well.
Yeah, she also quotes the time of date, I think it is. In certain bits, anyway. Also, you can shoot her in the face later on.
No.
I don't even think we're going to get to that, though. Here we go. Connor and his coin. Have you seen the bit where Hank takes the coin off him?
No. So Connor's Harvey Dent now.
Yes. That's totally the case.
Is the Android version of Two-Face?
Yep.
And Batman's now a SWAT team.
Oh. That moment where you think, okay, what do we do in the first
Save the
level?
fish.
No, ignore it.
No.
We're ignoring the fish.
No.
Speed run.
I want the fish. Don't save the fish. Barry.
I love the way she totally freaks out. She's just like, you can't do this. He's not human.
Find Barry. You're not going in the... Okay, you're not going in... Oh yeah, you have to go in there first.
I'm going to Niv. It's just the whole thing. If you have to...
You have to do, yeah.
You have to wait for the prompt for him. You can just mash X on his prompt. There we go. You can literally just mash X for all of these prompts. It doesn't matter which one you pick. Just smash the button.
Which route are you going? The,
Yeah, I'm going to go the gun route because it's the quickest. You just boom, next minute Daniel's dead. There we go. Let's ask for his behaviour as well. Has he been behaving strangely? What do you think? He stood on a ledge holding Emma hostage. Probability of success has dropped, but we don't care about that. It's fine. Oops, it is.
What about the analysing and, no? Okay.
No, I don't need to do that. It just wastes time. The only analysing you need to do is the gun. That's all you need. Get out of my way. Oh, dude, seriously.
Can you just go on... Yeah, you can actually.
You can just go to the balcony if you want, but...
No, I mean you can actually go under the table.
Yeah, you can go under the table. Now,
I found a clue.
we need to analyse everything, so it's his face and his hand, if I remember rightly, because you need to check for where the gun is.
You don't just...
It's been a while since I've done this.
You don't automatically pick it up.
No.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Then you... Oh, investigate this scene here. And then you find out that he got shot and his gun is
This gun.
right there. So that's unlocked that. Now we don't need anything else in the level. Right, so the camera angle's trying to be funny with us. Doesn't matter, we'll just grab that.
R1 to change, I think.
Yeah.
R1.
We're unexperienced as well, so you can get killed at any point.
Well, this is nice.
That guy's gonna get shot. I love the way I can just call this. Instead of going, hi Daniel, instead he's just like, so. Funniest part is if you just stay where you are, he just jumps off the ledge and kills her.
Oh.
It takes a while though. Doo-doo-doo. Trying to avoid this scenery, it's a pain in the butt. So we just need to get within distance. No. I'm not. You can't prove it. He can't prove it. Let's go crazy.
You're supposed to destroy the safe, not join them.
Boo hoo. He's gonna get a hollow point through his cranium in a second. No, you're really not.
If I die, she dies. You hear me? Listen. I know it's not your fault. I know it's not your fault. These emotions you're feeling are just errors in your software. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. I never wanted this.
Next minute he's gonna be like, get that chopper away from me! Bah, 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 bah. How many times have you played this so far, Stu, the intro?
Oh, I've only done it once.
What, just to say?
Yeah.
I always love playing the intro this way. It's funny how bipolar you can be as Connor in this. There we go, he's gone. First level done.
Mission complete.
So yeah, unfortunately, I love doing that to Daniel. I say unfortunately because he's got a hollow point through his head at the moment.
Just like, no, there you go. Just, there you go, you can have the gun. Mission complete.
I love the way Captain Allen's like, what the hell is this? It's like, oh, I just disarmed it, bye. That is so Star Wars Episode 1, bro. There we go, whatever. Now we play as Marcus, isn't it? Going to the paint store.
Oh no, it's this first.
Yeah, it's the small interlude with Kara having her introduction. VB800 there, he's busy chatting. He's like, so I'm going to sell you models of other androids. Are you interested? Meanwhile, Todd's lurking in the background.
Lurkan.
I'm still not sure as to whether this looks impressive compared to other games, because like Killzone Shadowfall's engine looks really impressive, you know, the Decima one.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I can't shake the feeling that this looks like a PS3 game a little bit. See what I mean?
Wasn't Kara like part of the tech demo?
Kara was part of the tech demo, because you see her from like ages ago,
Yeah.
but... I love the way Todd's already sleazy at the beginning, where they're just like, so what happened? He's like, I ran it over with my car by accident. So you were only up to the second level, this one, right? Oh no, wait, no, it's not this one. It's the third level you're up to.
Well, it's after this, which she does all the the dishes and that. So after that, that's when I stopped it. Wonder what I can do differently from your playthrough then.
Don't kill everybody.
You're just gonna do a hitman, isn't it?
Yes.
Just avoid everything. Just
my aim in this playthrough, which will be incredibly short, is just to kill everybody, but not Connor.
You're very murderous, you, Dave.
No, it's cool. The idea is that Connor can come back to life as many times as he wants, but
Android Jesus.
It's more the whole thing of like with Nier Automata, where they transfer the consciousness into a new body. It's basically that.
Yeah.
So, because Connor's constantly being updated because of his mission, no matter what happens, if you die, he just gets reset.
So he's just putting in new hardware.
Yeah.
Right.
There is a trophy that related to it that I saw the other day, though, where it was like, you just die all the time.
I like how there's a parking spot for the androids as well.
Yeah.
Poor Kara.
It's okay, she's fine, she's being taken home. It's not as if anything's gonna happen.
Kira.
Written by David Kage.
David Kagage.
It just reminds me of it, so it's...
Hey, Grace.
So this is the bit with Marcus, where you get introduced to Marcus first.
Marcus Phoenix.
With Marcus, we're just going to leg it to the paint store and then leg it
Pigeons.
around. Did you get harassed on this?
Yes.
Pigeons.
Yeah, you totally get harassed by pigeons.
Pigeons was like, what are you doing, Android?
You leg it round the harassment and you leg it around the guy that's preaching as well.
Oh.
I just wanted to see what happens if I went near him.
I'm just checking something here.
Oh, there it is. That one's called I'll Be Back.
I'll be back.
Connor died and returned at every opportunity before reaching the end.
I like the trophy references.
Some of the trophy references are really good. Please stay green! Oh!
Just run over now.
No, if it's red, you can't go no matter what.
Press R2 to use a good purse.
Don't need to use my GPS. You do get a bit on the flowchart though for listening to the busker there. It's pretty cool. He's actually got a decent song as well.
James and Carter.
Just avoid that guy.
James and Carter.
I love the way we're just lagging it to bleedy pains. Get to Kara's bit as fast as possible.
Need to do the dishes, Dave.
I know.
I guess I'm going to find out why he has the box of paints then.
Yeah.
Because I've not figured that out yet.
Jerry!
I want a shop like that.
It's kind of a neat idea that they can just buy things
quid.
like that. Yeah, that's one thing that I never understand with that when you go and buy the paints, is that they cost so much, and I'm like, wait, what? But when you actually see what Lance Hendrickson's doing with them, it's totally cool.
I like that shop.
It's the like Copex Marcus.
Yeah,
Expensive.
really expensive.
Colour since 1909. Smith and White. Smith and White.
The thing is, this AI round here is totally random in its placement, so it's like you'll get sometimes where you just walk into people and then other times where you don't. So you just got to try and avoid them as much as possible. There's the busker again. There's the hot dog stand.
I didn't see the busker the first time, so I'm going to have to go through that.
There are a lot of things that you can do and see in this little square area that are really cool and make it feel like, a proper city style area.
Oh, so you've just
Floating
gone past
drone
all
over there.
that.
Yeah, you just avoid that. You can choose to avoid it if you want, so we'll just get on the Android only bit at the back of the bus.
I'll just stand here.
I do like the way the architecture looks, and
It looks-
you know, most
yeah.
of this looks really impressive. The human models, on the other hand, then they looked a bit funny. The close-ups are good. I like the close-ups like that.
Future's looking nice.
You say that, the next minute Kara gets a hollow point through. No.
Everything turns to Terminator 2 now.
Yep. Bum 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 bum. Right.
Shades of colour. Marcus took the bus.
Come on. Then we got to do Kara's bit, which is
Do the
the
dishes.
cleaning. Yeah.
Upstairs and downstairs.
The cleaning's fine if you know exactly what you're doing. Like I can get all of the points for this. Turn on the Roomba to annoy Todd.
I was gonna say I like how you could use the Jedi mind trick to turn on the Roomba. It's like turn on. Okay.
Yeah, and then Todd's like, "What? What is this?"
What are you doing in my swamp?
This is Alice. You cook, you clean, you do the dishes, you help her with the homework.
You're here.
Todd lives in like a really broken down part of town as well. Come on, go, 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 go. You can change the camera angle there,
You can
but
walk down the street as well. And,
yeah, you can walk up and down the street and look at various things on it, but
looking
it
at the
serves
construction.
no purpose other than to try and get you immersed.
I liked it. There's like, oh, they're building something.
The housework, the washing, the meals, you take care of.
I love the way Todd's very subtle with how he uses his language. You know, it's not as if he just blurts it out randomly. Yes, Todd.
Let's start it down here.
She has a fox.
Right, now, just for the sake of it, because I need to get to work here and get the bin. Where's the bin? Around here. There we go. Then we just go and start collecting everything. And then he starts trying to arrange a drug deal on the phone in the background.
We just grab the phone, put that in the trash. Put him in the trash.
I wish. You just see these legs sticking out. He's like, Kara! I'm gonna fucking kill you! Just have Kara and Alice just sat there laughing at him. Can't do anything around there yet. It's his booze that you need to clean up over here. And then there's some books that you need to clean up as well. And there's stuff on the table. Well, the way she just puts everything in that small bag.
I know, it's weird.
Including the giant ass pizza boxes.
I would like a magic bin like that.
Magic bin that
Bottomless
just
bin from Mary Poppins.
puts everything in it.
It's like,
And
oh,
how full of
Just take a look at that quickly. That's for a flowchart node.
and how full them bags are. I'd be paranoid they're just gonna snap.
I know, right? They're probably heavy as well, considering she's put like all of his booze bottles in and he has an entire table
she
full of them.
doesn't skip arm day.
The-
Took out the trash.
literally.
That guy's been at that stop for ages.
I know. The boss will come and pick him up in a sec. So we'll go and do this.
Use.
Order that. This is just for some flowchart points. Right, go and clean the dishes.
Whose money did
You
she
know.
use then? Alice.
Todd's. She's
Aw.
she's. I'm assuming she's wired up to his account. I just remembered I need to go and collect stuff from the table first.
I think she should just dive bomb the table.
There's a trophy as well for reading all the magazines
Mm.
because they go into your gallery.
Gallery.
Just slap everything down. And thing is, when you're on, no, it's having me do the tilt function. Yeah, because when you're on casual, you don't have to do all of this. When you're on experienced, it makes you do like extra commands with the gyro features and stuff.
Can't you turn them off?
No, that's the whole point. The experienced stuff makes it more interactive in that way. Like the casual one, literally just makes you go through the story at a decent pace, but without having to do any of the gyro stuff. The experience bit forces you to do it. It's supposed to be more immersive, but
I like how there's a giraffe on the windowsill. I want that giraffe.
I love the way it even focuses in on the giraffe. Right, so now that we cleaned that, get Todd a beer, and then we're going to clean up the box, turn the room around, and then we're going to do the rest of the stuff.
Might as well just put the house in the bin.
Put the entire house in the bin, yeah. I don't know if this is the one where he's got his... Yeah, there's his bong. Or his lighter for his bong. Right, I'm not finished yet. I need to go tidy up here.
Use your Deadly Online tricks. With the Roomba. Oh, I didn't put the box back.
Yeah, when you put the box back, that allows you to do that.
Oh,
then the Roomba turns on.
Like that. I just...
Because the Roomba turns on and then just starts slowly cleaning up everything. And you can talk to Alice down here as well, but she doesn't really do much, and Todd tells her to fuck off. Right, where is it? Well, she goes and sits on the windowsill, and then when she sits on the windowsill, then you can talk to her because it's part of an interaction for the flowchart. Where is it?
She always sat there.
She takes forever to sit down.
With a fox.
Oh, okay, she's not doing it this time. I must have missed something. Basically, you can talk to her there. I think it might be later on, because I know you can talk to her outside. I think you can go outside here to the garden and get the clothing, and then that's when you find the red ice in the clothing room when she comes back in.
Mine.
Oh, pick up this. Go do this. Upstairs is a lot quicker.
Put
to
the
be
entire
honest.
garden in the basket. Put that tree in as well.
See, the thing is, I don't know how he can afford all of this because he's just bought Kara.
Drug money. I don't know.
You know, yeah, I suppose drug money would make sense. Because he doesn't have a job either.
Child support, drugs.
Yeah. Let's try that one. Because you can raise the affinity with her so much. I don't even know why I'm doing this because it's not crucial to what I want to do, but
Warm.
I suppose it's just to show off that extra bit. Because if I think it's if you mention school or something, you get another prompt to mention about her mum at some point, and she just goes really negative about it for spoilery reasons.
The kid gave me I'll tell you when you get upstairs.
The key. Yeah, you got the key.
Captain Keys.
The key is only rewarded to you if you get really friendly with her. If not, she just kind of goes meh, runs off.
What's in here?
Let's take his meth.
MEFF.
Otherwise, just completely flat in 2D there, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Leave my 2D drugs alone!"
It's part of the plot. Stop.
This would be perfect for cleaning the clothes.
You shouldn't touch my washing up detergent. Yeah, the light,
my fairy liquid.
The light on the side of the head changes depending on the status. So, like, red is stressed or under threat. Yellow is loading or under light stress, if I remember rightly, and blue is just normal. There we go, it should be blue again in a moment.
It's a stupid thing. Don't touch my stuff. Well, don't put your stuff where I need to do the cleaning. Why did I sound like PewDiePie?
Can we copyright strike David Cage? Right, let's
We're live with Gloria Balga. Gloria Balga
I
playthrough.
think we can talk to Alice down there, but it doesn't matter. We didn't need to do all of that for that, but you can like skip the outside section if you want, but that's just to find the red ice for the stuff later on. Oop. The important part is when we go upstairs, you open Todd's drawer where he's got his meds and make sure you get the gun.
Oh yeah, I was trying to pick it up, but
That's
you
a
can't.
drastic way to take your meds.
You can't pick it up.
Yeah.
You can't pick it up, but you can put it back in the drawer, which unlocks it for a later scene.
I thought when she picks up the guitar, she'd go, anyway, here's Wonderwall.
No, didn't want to read that.
She should have done that. She should have started playing. Shut up, Carter.
Come on, I need to tidy this up, and you tidy the papers up over there, which is slightly spoilery. Make the bed. And while you're making the bed, Alice is all like, so. Right. Don't need to switch that on. Clean those up in a little bit. Then you go over here, and you clean up his stuff. Oh. Right, and then when you put that in the drawer, that's when she's like, oh, he's got antidepressants. Then you put it in the drawer and the gun's unlocked for a later scene. Foreshadowing. Right. And then you go and look at the spoilers.
But there's a window what unlocks as well.
Oh yeah, you've got to do the window. YK500? I wonder what that could be. Don't try and unblur that, it's a spoiler for the end game. Although even Kara knows it, because of the
It's like,
loading thing.
I have to know foreshadowing.
Right, so what we do here is we just use the motion controls. Normally it's not non-gyro or anything else, so you can just use the stick for that. Also, this is totally optional, but you can just go in there and clean Todd's loo after he uses it. You don't know what he uses it for, but it doesn't show you, so I'm assuming it was absolutely terrible and full of nightmare fuel.
That's why she's like, I don't want to go back in there.
Yeah, she's like, whoa, don't go in there. Right, then we'll do Alice's room last. So in here, we'll tidy up this random stuff that they've left on the floor. Like that. Then we'll tidy up this too. And I think... Oh, it's just use the mop. You use the mop, you do a little bit of sweep... Well, you do a little bit of mopping up. The only problem with this is, when you try and use the swipe on the touchpad, it is really finicky. It does not like it if you touch it with more than one finger. It's like, even if you're just resting it lightly, it's just like, nope.
I mop the floor. I'm in the door.
Everybody do the dance. So, no, that was terrible. That. Right, so now we can look at everything. We've almost got like the maximum amount of points we can get on the flowchart here as well. That won't last for long. Not on this playthrough. Right, so there's the...
Open the window, this is what I was on about.
Yeah, you need to open the window and you need to ventilate the room, and then you need to get the box key.
Yeah, but that something unlocks when you do it and I don't know what it is.
I'll show you.
Right.
Unless I decide to get destroyed in the bedroom. It sounds totally funny. I actually might just get destroyed in the bedroom just to see whether it's a...
So look, she squints and then looks at
Whenever something unlocks, it unlocks for another level. So if it's unlocked there, it means it'll be of use to you later on.
I like how that fox is just as big as the girl.
I know, right? I always hate that book on the floor. Right. Oh, no, wait, you have to check the box first and then you ask Alice about stuff.
What is Alice? Oh no, I didn't get that. Mine was a different...
See, what happens is, you do that first.
Yeah, but I just spoke to her.
Oh.
So I don't understand.
Maybe just little things that'll change everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
I like that, because this is a different playthrough.
Slightly different.
Okay.
It says I've not cleaned all of Todd's room. Oh, there we go. Wait, I have done? Oh, there. It says magazines by his bed. I couldn't remember. It's been a while.
You just got crisps everywhere.
He's a dirty slob.
I'm just going on there just in case.
Meow.
Right, so now everything's done. Now we can talk to Alice.
Alice.
It's because I didn't do Todd's room properly. I forgot that one bit next to his.
You're
bed.
fired, Dave.
I know, right? Right, so there we go.
It's,
friendly.
Yeah.
As long as we don't ask her about her mum, we'll be fine. Right, so
Name Cara.
you ask her about her interests and her name, and it totally avoids getting the negative option. So then, when she's
Seem
trusted,
quiet.
no,
No, I had to put seem quiet, and after that, she's like, here. And then she
There you
ran
go.
off.
she'll give you it anyway if she trusts you enough, which is why you keep on asking. Like, now we can do it. Because the idea is you just got to give her as much prompt to trust you as possible, and then when she trusts you enough, see, path unlocked. If you've stone cold to her, or if you've not interacted with her enough to gain her trust, she just walks off.
Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Yeah, totally.
Gonna get a hell yeah. There you go. You've unlocked it now. She's like, what's in the box?
Then you find out the mysterious backstory.
She's Batman.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you get to see Todd in some very Slavic gear,
Okay.
beating the living daylights out of her.
That's nice.
So is Todd and Todd's wife.
4-leaf clover.
Did you do this scene before?
Yeah. That's why I said I went to the scene quiet, and
Yeah,
so you've got a slightly different playthrough than me.
slightly different.
I'm sure that guy's been in a few dramas.
So then we get to see exactly what Alice has been up to.
Oh.
That makes no sense. I lost my arm.
So Todd ripped Kara's arm off.
Yeah, basically Todd decides to beat the living daylights out of Kara. This is after she's come out of the factory from the E3 demo from ages ago. She's like, oh, I'm free, and then immediately goes into Todd's service for no reason.
I've got my memory.
Because if you remember rightly, the original E3
kill
demo,
Todd.
the original E3 demo
Yeah.
that they had showed her getting out of the factory and being like, "Yeah, I'm free, I'll do whatever I want." And then next minute it's like, "I'm somebody else's bitch."
This was very depressing. Poor guy.
This is what you got up to, yeah. I love the way he's not exactly helping his side of the story by doing all this.
Yeah, this bit where I feel sorry for him, but I feel more sorry for the girl as well. She's like, dude, help! I've been traumatized.
And then that ends that section. And then the next one with Kara and Alice will be Stormy Night. But first, we're going to meet Lance Hendrickson, and look at all those nodes.
Yeah, I got that. And this is the part where I stopped and came here.
Sweet. So now you get to see Marcus.
Phoenix. Alright.
This level's really tiny.
Meanwhile.
You get to see Lance Hendrickson again. Except he looks significantly old. Oh god, the popping on those textures.
Got me paints.
If you get attacked by the humans in the square, he comes back and
What follows
get-
you?
no. I was just about to say, when he gets back, he puts the paints down, puts his coat up like that, and then when he goes upstairs, that's when he gets asked, like, what's gone on? He's like, oh, it's nothing, I just got harassed a little bit. And Carl's just like, oh, so, what the hell? Did you get harassed by humans again? And he's like, yeah, and he was like, oh, they're just trying to impede progress. It's stupid.
Those pesky humans, eh? I like that blue wallpaper.
I like Carl in this, he's really funny.
Good morning, Carl. It's 10 a.m. The weather is partly cloudy, 54 degrees, 80% humidity with a strong possibility of
Still don't like the way he delivers that line, it's totally weird.
I did go pick up the paint.
Oh, yes. That is the difference between
Carl's entire role in this game is literally just to be the guy that's like, I'm dying. It's funny was when you ask him to give him your arm, he's like, no. There you go, you pick him up and take him to the loo.
Wee time.
Thing is, you have to keep that held there, otherwise,
Just throw it.
yeah.
Game over. You killed Carl.
You don't actually get to see inside Carl's bathroom. Even though it looks really cool from that angle. There we go.
He's like, thank you.
I like his chair. His chair is like the best piece of technology in the entire thing. You'll see why in a little bit. They have him on like a crane. Still funny though, you can still go. I love doing that with Carl. You just shake him left and right. Oh no, didn't want to do that. That's kind of killed that a little bit. I went left and then he suddenly decided to rotate the entire way around. Yeah, basically he has a steady stair lift that takes his chair down.
I like it.
Wait for it. There we go. Oh, that reminds me. I'm gonna have to do.
I like the lighting in this.
In the cage there, you can turn the birds on.
You
Actually,
can turn birds on.
the robo birds.
Oh my god, I want a robot pigeon.
I'll try to turn it on in a sec. I forgot.
Robot pigeon.
Because you have to serve Carl his breakfast, but hopefully it'll let me go back outside so I can turn the robo birds on. I have to kind of question why they have robo birds, but let me go out. Let me go out. Oh no! So it won't let you once you've gone through the double doors. Yeah.
Unless you do this first and then you can...
No. Because after this, it puts you on a set path. You have to get his breakfast, and then you have to.
I like that then. That was funny.
Whatever you do, do not play the piano in this section.
He has a smiley face on his cup.
Yeah.
Why?
If you play the piano, one of the tunes that you play on the piano takes about 5 minutes to play. So you're there for ages just tapping the touchpad.
So
it is an absolute nightmare to do.
It's a rhythm game.
If you try to optimize your run, it is absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
You can play it at different speeds as well, so you can make it a 5-minute track go off like 10 minutes instead. It's so crazy. Oh no, come on. All the way just television just comes on. There you go, Carl.
Cheers, love.
best thing I like doing is either reading a book or playing chess. Right, so there's everything.
Take over the world.
So what we're
Destroy all
gonna do is,
humans.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna read a book this time. We're gonna do Shakespeare. I think it's Hamlet. He asks you what you think of it, and you're just like, oh, whatever. Oh, no. Complicated. If you play chess, and you lose, he lectures you on the fact that you deliberately lost so that he would feel good, and he's like, whatever you do, don't lose, just to make other people feel good, do whatever you want.
This world doesn't like those who are different. Don't let anyone tell you who you should be.
But it always comes back to the same thing where he's like, let's go to the studio. So, oops, alright, he can't go on his own.
And then
Oh.
Carl starts to become self-aware or something.
No!
He's like,
Carl's already self-aware.
I am complete. Oh wow, I like the lighting on that then.
Yeah,
That was really nice.
I do like the studio. Carl's studio is a really nice environment. I like his giant robo arm as well that comes and picks him up. Watch.
I want Jarvis.
Right? Whee! Just picks him up off his little chair thing.
He's like, hi. We,
Remove the sheet!
he's like, we paint now? That's nice. I like blue.
So this is what
Blue's
that
my
paint
favourite
was
colour.
for. Let's go clean up the studio quick. Need to clean up the paper. Well, wait, you're doing this while he's actually painting. Like, you'll see him progressively paint onto that ear of the character over there.
Do you want me to get you a rubber arm
Yay.
and a giant canvas?
Yay.
And rubber arm's like, here you go, here's your paint.
And then you have to clean up round. There we go. Clean up the jars of paint.
Don't you touch my jars of paint. I need that colour later on.
I needed that blue.
Can't remember if there's anything else here. No, there isn't. So we just have to wait for Carl to finish painting.
I really like that as well.
Just watch. It actually draws on it and adds to it. Like he's just added a little bit of black around the side of the ear there.
Is he drawing Marcus?
No, he's just painting a random doodle. Because Carl's a famous painter in the Detroit universe. Because he appears later on in a couple of magazines.
I know he's based on a famous actor as well. He's face
Lance
model.
Hendrickson. Yeah, Lance Hendrickson. He plays Bishop in Aliens.
That's him.
Oh, it's shit. No. I picked the, no matter what you pick, he always says, the truth is I have nothing to say anymore. And then he goes on about how basically he's almost dead again. So no matter what, his lines always go back to, Marcus, I just wanted to remind you, I'm almost dead. When
I like his artwork.
When we get up to Marcus's second level, all I'm going to say is, beating the living daylights out of family members solves all your problems. That's what this game teaches you.
Well, that's not a good teaching method. Here, take it.
He's like, right, let's go paint. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be a smart aleck, right? It says what we're gonna paint. So what we're gonna actually do is paint Carl's painting, right? So we just use the touchpad and we swipe a little bit here, swipe a little bit there, add a bit of blue here. You can actually do like different paintings, but it's easiest just to turn around and copy anything that's right in front of you. That's the first thing that you do, and then he says like, what do you want to do for your second one? And then you can just do whatever you want. He's like, I'm not programmed to do this. He's like, close your eyes and do it again.
That's me, I'll just draw a pair of boobs. He's like, look, Carl, lol. And then they'll.
Oh, bye. Close your eyes. I do love the way Lance Hendrickson delivers all of his lines in this. They sound really good. Right, so what we're going to do is we're going to paint. Let's have a look. Because we get a choice of what we want to paint. It doesn't really matter on what you do. So, for instance, let's do humanity and we'll do empathy.
Not anger.
No.
Because I thought it.
Well, in this one, we've not had anything done to us, so that makes no sense.
Yeah.
You know, at that point.
I would have to do anger then.
Yeah. I mean, you can still do it, but... Because you're not actually limited. You're not actually limited to what you can do there. You can still do anger if you want. It's just the whole thing of you get given whatever. Just like, okay, let's try this one, see what happens. Because I think this one comes out blue. I can't remember.
Just do the Mass Effect music then. Blum, blum, blum.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Red and blue.
That's
actually the one I was after as well. And then Leo stumbles in and goes, hey, drugs!
That makes sense.
Mm.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. I didn't hear you come in. I didn't hear you come in.
I was not able to. I thought I'd stop by. It's been a while, right? It's been a while, right?
You alright?
You alright?
You don't look so.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You don't look so.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm fine. There's some cash, Dad. I need some cash, Dad.
Okay. What happened to the money I just gave? What happened?
Dun dun dun!
It just goes.
Just goes?
No, I swear it's not that. What difference does it make? What difference does it make? I just need some cash. That's all.
Sorry. Sorry. The answer is no. The answer is no.
Why?
You
What?
know why.
Why?
You know why.
Yeah, I think I do know why. Yeah, I think I do know why.
You rather take care
You'd
of
rather
your
take care of your plastic toy here than your own son, right?
Tell me, Dad, what's it got that?
Tell me, Dad, what's it got
Smarter?
that? Smarter?
Obedient? Not like me, right?
Obedient? Not like me, right?
You know what? This thing.
You know what? This thing is not your son.
Fucking machine.
It's a fucking machine.
Leo, that's enough. 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 You don't care about anything except yourself.
You don't care about anything except yourself and your goddamn paintings.
You've never loved anyone.
You've never loved anyone. You never loved me, Dad.
You never loved me.
Dun dun dun! He leaves while sounding like a bitch! And it's the end of the level.
Does Marcus just grow a rifle now and just say, do you want me to take care of him now?
No, the thing is, later on we do get to actually decide on what we want to do with Leo, but that's going to be...
Leo!
We're one level away from that. This is the bit where everything speeds up heavily.
Oh, wow.
So close.
Right. Now I'll see what I can do on my playthrough with that one.
Just remember to activate the birds. The birds are awesome. Oh, I forgot it was Connor first.
Connor! Jimmy. It's Jimmy's bar.
There's the coin.
He's Harvey.
He always plays around with the coin. It's his thing.
So this is the Two-Face origin story.
Totally.
No android.
What we're gonna do is because
Couldn't you just hide yourself being an android?
yeah, you could.
So you could just go like that.
Yeah,
Just do that, or just grow some hair.
yeah.
So he just comes in as an android.
Connor's just like, I don't care.
Where's Mr. Anderson?
You can scan everyone in here, and you do get a flowchart node for it. But I'm gonna take the easiest option now, which is just walk up to Hank and scan him. Come on.
Scan his bum cheeks.
There we go. Give him the option to scan. So we talk to Hank. We're going to be merry with him instead of bad, because if you're bad with him, you spill his drink, and he does not like that. I do love Hank and Connor's relationship though. When you get them really buddy cops, it's so funny. It's like the best part of the entire thing. Do you want to know a little bit of Detroit trivia?
Yes.
Hank actually is the same voice actor as Mr. Krabs and most of the dragons for Spyro.
I know about that, but I didn't know it was that actor.
Yeah, and now you know what he looks like as well because they've kind of taken and
I like
messed around
money.
with him a little bit. So yeah, I like alcohol. Right, so now instead what we do is we encourage his alcoholism. It is good when you see Hank all happy and everything because he reacts a lot better to you later on.
Happy Hank.
Having a happy Hank is the key to having a really good game.
Happy Honk.
Detroit the Happy Hank.
Yeah, literally, Hank is like the best character in the game. And then Connor.
Connor. See, I'm just watching how you do it, and then I'll have to do it differently. See what my playthrough is going to be like.
I still think it's funny here. They've got a an android past the barrier, and when you go past the barrier, he says, "No androids beyond here." It's like, "But dude, you're an android."
That's yeah. Yeah.
Just wait for it.
That's the neighbourhood where Kara is.
It's close to it.
Oh, I thought he was going to pull a troll for his sake.
No.
Get ready.
No, it's not yet. It's after this. It's after this level. That's where everything speeds up. Because Kara takes up a very significant portion of the game.
Did they all do like an Avengers thing? All team up and.
Yeah, they kind of do at the end.
I'll stop asking now because.
No, they kind of do at the end if you want them to. But this is not going to be the happy ending everybody wants. See, no androids permitted beyond this point from a PC 200 that's beyond the point. It's just like, sorry, that doesn't make sense. I think that's Chris, if I remember rightly.
Is it Chris?
I do love the way that looks. That looks like a decent
Yeah.
scene setup. Love the way they've got drones flying around all over the place as well.
That scene kind of. Wiggle, wiggle. Yeah, it reminds me of Heavy Rain.
Yeah.
Sean!
So this guy's been stabbed 28 times in the chest. We're gonna go find out what's gone on.
That's nice.
He clearly fell down the stairs
And landed on the knife.
There was a knife at each step.
Just happened to have 28 steps in the house. Makes perfect sense.
Did he
Ooh,
just lick the blood?
Yeah. Part of his detective skills allow him to sample the blood and
No, he's a
find out
vampire.
who it's from.
No, he's a vampire.
Robot vampire.
He kind of does, you know, like RoboCop from 2014, I think it is, where he can access the police database. Basically just does that.
There's that meth.
Yep.
again.
Hank is basically on the red ice part of the police department, so all of his investigations revolve around red ice and how it's involved.
Does he get to taste the red ice as well?
Oh yeah, he totally gets to taste that.
Unlimited power.
Searching there. Also, we get to look at the Eden Club flyer there in a moment. The Eden Club's hilarious.
Do you know he could just find out everything if he just licks everything?
Oh yeah.
So he could just square around.
I won't be surprised if there's a meme at some point of Connor with his tongue stuck to a frozen pole. No, in winter. There's the Eden Club. We'll be visiting there later.
Yes.
We'll be getting the good part of that as well.
I hope so.
there,
Lenny face.
there are no sex scenes.
Oh.
There are no sex scenes in the game.
Frowny face, indeed. No, it's all good.
Did I walk past? Yeah, I walked past one there. You have 10 different things to interact with in this area. Most of them are just blood splatters, but some other ones you recreate. So like for instance, this one I think we recreate part of the fight scene. Well, we do it in a little bit. Thing is, it takes longer to actually just back out of. I love that. Androids are officially better at sex. It's like, oh, okay.
No.
Right, so the knife's gone. Stay outside again. Was there anything? Oh, the baseball bat. You recreate the baseball bat scene. This is for the major part of the crime. Then we find out that he was busy hitting something.
Deviant.
Turns out it's a deviant.
Life.
So Carlos here comes in and just decides he's going to beat the living daylights out of his android with a baseball bat and then gets stabbed in the process. That over there on the side's just a magazine, so then we go around here.
And then round here.
We're going to find the first RA9 reference. There we go. This is the first time you see RA9 in the game.
RA9, RA9.
That plays a really big part of the game later on. This all builds up for if you want to do the interrogation later on. But if we mess this up, if we find everything but mess it up and don't find the android, we actually skip the interrogation scene. So what we're going to do is we're going to investigate, get as much on the flowchart as possible, and then just not find the deviant. There we go. So that's the only the only footprints outside are from police officers. So there's no way he came out the back. The thing is, you can absolutely goose the investigation by making up a complete false account of what happens. Like, I think I might actually do that, to be honest, because that would be a quick way of messing this up. Because he asks you to explain what you think happened, you just fuck it all up. Like, you tell him like the fight started outside and then ended up in the bathroom, and he's like, I don't think that happened. It doesn't look like
No,
it.
it happened. I'm an android. I know things.
I know this.
I run on a unit
Right,
system.
so if we go back into the living room, we get to look at the I'm alive sign and the actual crime scene with Carlos here. So we're gonna look at the I'm alive sign and analyze that. It's done in CyberLife Sans, which is the font for androids. Wouldn't be surprised if someone actually tries to recreate that. And then here's Carlos with the 28 stab wounds in his chest. It's like, Jesus Christ. So we're gonna recreate this.
Recreators.
Gonna look at all the stuff that's wrong with him. I think the next one's his hand, yeah.
Oh, it's got really dirty nails.
Yeah. Right, so what happens is he runs in
It's
here
alive.
and trips over all of his dirty stuff that he's got on the floor, because he doesn't exactly live in the best house. I think he must take cleaning advice from Todd. There we go. Victim was stabbed. How many times? 28. Right, so we rotate here. Right, so we find out that they came from the kitchen, got him there and stabbed him. Right?
Mission solved.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Well done, Connor. I could find him and do the interrogation just to see bipolar Connor, but I'll leave that till when I'm not doing a speed run of it. Here we go.
I'll do it when I get.
Here we're gonna goose it up, right?
It all started in the back.
I think you should look harder at the mess in the kitchen. I think that's where it all started.
Why did we goose it up?
It skips the interrogation.
Oh.
Struggle. Question is, what exactly happened?
I think the victim attacked the android without a weapon.
No, that can't.
Hank's just like, what are you on? You malfunctioning? If you get it right, it lines up and you get to continue. If not, you just mess it up. So basically, we're going to do everything possible to goose up Connor's investigation.
The android through the chip.
It's gotta send this back. You gotta stick to the
How about you shut up?
The victim stabbed the android.
Okay. This is my bullshit quarter.
But you've decreased Hank.
It's alright, we'll get Hank friendly again later on. We only lost a little bit. A little bit
Bishop
Bishop Vale just
We'll get-
ends.
We'll get him next time.
Otherwise, you find the android at the very end and you get to go to the interrogation bit.
I'm not touched it. Hold on.
Just having an intermission.
Everything just messed up there slightly.
Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do.
So we completely goosed that up, so that skips the long ass interrogation later on.
Okay, okay.
But it's funny, the interrogation, because you get to see bipolar Connor. You can
Bipolar
literally just be
Connor.
like, it's okay, I'm here for you. Tell me why you killed him! This part is the part where everything is about to speed up. Because Games Radar were like, it's okay, you can't kill anyone in the first third of the game. They were wrong. So wrong.
Yeah, because to start one, you kill someone.
I know what you're getting at, Jen, but that just sounded terrible. You can kill Daniel at the start, but it's optional.
Yeah, that's true, isn't it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Unless you don't count that guy.
You don't kill it. I've not killed anyone yet.
But Android lies better. He didn't need to shoot him. He would have been fine.
No.
They're having Bugatti.
Right, so we're putting spaghetti on the table for him.
Can I have some?
If you don't turn the lights on, Todd gets pissed, so he's going to get pissed anyway. We're just going to amuse ourselves. If you walk around, he turns around and goes, "Stop walking around!" It's just, gyros, please. Gyro. There we go. That's the only problem with this. It's like I'm doing the gyro motion and it's not letting me do it. Your mother left me for a fucking accountant! Just the delivery on this in a moment.
What a joke.
Just wait for it. It's my one of my favourite lines in the entire game.
Androids are so fucking wonderful. Sad.
Dad.
Wait for it.
Fucking life.
He's gonna say it in a moment.
Maybe you think this is easy.
Easy mode.
Maybe you think it's my fault we live in this fucking shithole.
Here we go. For a fucking accountant! I love the delivery of that.
I don't. Not a nice man, Todd.
Here's the bit where everything's gonna go terrible. So basically, if you open the windows and you unlock the gun in this scene, basically you get to use those. So you'd get to use the gun on Todd, or you'd get to go out through the windows. Now normally, I choose to either use the gun or don't use the gun, and then jump out the windows. But instead, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna wait in the bedroom. And what's going to happen is Todd's going to burst in and destroy Alice in the bedroom.
Is she astral projecting here?
No, this is where she's becoming deviant. She's breaking her programming because she's like, I really want to protect Alice, but basically he's not allowing me to.
Oh, this is some
So,
Westworld shit.
there we go. Now we can do whatever we want. Alice is free from her programming and she's an actual person.
So she's a Super Saiyan now.
Yeah. But you know that whole controversy of, oh my god, you can let him beat up a little girl that was out
Right.
before the game.
Can't have any of that.
Basically, that's not a thing. Like, nobody does that. Unless you're going for, like, the really bad ending.
We don't want.
No! So if you go in that first door, you can get the gun. I love how Todd does his delivery.
Todd's just a C word.
Right? So basically, he's going to be like, come here, and he'll break you like last time.
Don't worry.
So what we're going to do is, we're going to speak to Todd, and he's going to beat the living daylights out of us.
But why?
You can lock the door.
Why are you going to use them?
If you get in there before him, it's fine. If you get in there after him, he's beating the living daylights out of us. So what we're going to do is, we're going to get her up and then get destroyed in the bedroom. I just want to see if this text appears. So you have to enter the bedroom again. You can just lock the door, but he'll burst in eventually, right?
That's enough. Leave her alone. Leave her alone.
Get out of here. That's an order. Get out of here. That's an order.
No.
You hear me?
No. I want you to leave Alice alone. I want you to leave Alice alone.
Now, normally this would not happen. You would never have somebody choosing these options just to get the bad part of it. So now there's a fight, so we don't press anything.
So why are you? Oh, I'm not.
It is after all the bad endings, so.
I'm after the bad ending for this specifically, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I just hope it happens.
This is.
Not going exactly how I planned it. This is a problem.
Is that all I see forever and ever?
Uh-oh. It's okay, it's fine. She's fine, honest.
Is the girl dead as well? Oh.
I've never actually seen Kara get beat up upstairs like that.
Is the girl dead?
Yeah. So he killed Kara and Alice in a complete drug-filled rage.
But the girl's dead as well.
Yeah.
That's very disturbing for a game.
Pushing the boundaries.
Yeah, you're definitely doing that.
Yeah, and that's that thing basically.
Wow.
Was it Vanessa? Not Vanessa May.
So there we go.
Oh, she called now.
Broke Kara in the corridor. So the reason why we did that is not to be complete assholes and watch domestic violence on screen, but it's because now we skip 1/3 of the entire game.
Oh, I get you.
So now the entire run is a lot shorter because Kara's sequences are absolutely huge later on.
Also, I get to find out that for myself then.
Yeah.
Sweet.
If you actually do that properly and you either take a gun to him or you just jump out the window,
What's
which
the
better option is to jump out the window and leave Todd.
Not just...
Yeah, just leave him. Even though the gun is really satisfying, just leg it.
Kind of want to I want to shoot him though because he's killed his own daughter.
He doesn't do that, and he gets brought to justice anyway later on. So
Fair enough.
If you want to shoot him, you can shoot him. No, it's your playthrough.
okay, so we've just come back. Here's another satisfying bit for you.
That was I never thought I'd see dead children on a.
So we're gonna serve Carl some scotch.
I want that skull, by the way, and them 2 skulls behind him.
He has a lot of skulls that are painted.
Oh, that's
There
pretty
were at least 3 skulls in that one scene.
Is that Maker's Mark? It's got whiskey. That is Maker's Mark whiskey, though.
It's not labelled.
Yeah. All right.
The 3 skulls in the background.
Laker's Lark. There you go. Avoided copy.
Hang on.
Call the Bobby Dooleys now.
There may have been a break-in. We didn't leave these on before we left, and everything
Oh
seems
my
to
god,
be
there's another
suspicious.
giant giraffe. I didn't even notice the giraffe.
Yeah, there's a plesiosaur on the roof as well. You know, like the skeleton of a dinosaur. You see it in
Is
the first scene.
Is that part of the plot?
No,
Giraffe.
it's Leo again. So now we get to take care of Leo.
You're tearing me apart, Leo.
It's crazy what some people pay for that shit.
Don't touch them.
They're all gonna be mine sooner or later anyway. Think of it as a down payment on my inheritance.
Get him out of here.
Right? So now's the bit where we are gonna, like I said before, we're gonna beat up family members to solve all of our problems. Because Carl will order you not to do anything. Right? Because Leo's picking on you because he's jealous. Right? So Carl's like, don't do anything. The problem is, if you don't do anything, you lose Carl
Right.
as a character.
Well, don't
right?
lose him then.
So, the only other thing we can do to solve all of our problems is to slap the ever-loving piss out of Leo, right? So, we're going to decide for ourselves
it's-
what to do.
Super Saiyan's time.
So now,
Oh, yeah, I like this.
that is the
Yeah.
barrier that
Yeah.
they have to break if they want to become sentient. We're about to wreck the living daylights out of Leo.
I like this. I like this.
Wait for it. Carl's having a heart attack at this point, by the way. Push him!
Well,
My baby boy! Wait for this delivery.
how does a push like that kill someone?
He's not dead.
Oh my god.
Hey!
They'll destroy you, Marcus. You gotta go.
The police are coming in the background because he phoned them, so they're still on the way. So it's just like,
Thing is, though, it's kind of nice of Carl because he basically told you not to do anything just to protect you, not his son.
yeah.
This reminds me. Actually, no, because you've not played it all the way through. Look, there was something similar on another game. Oh,
Yeah. They're just like, don't fucking move! And he's like, and then the police are like, oh, he must have done this!
how do I keep Marcus then?
You don't.
Well, I thought you do.
You'll find out in a little bit.
Oh, I like
So Marcus meets an abrupt ending there for a moment. Now we go back to Connor because Kara does not exist. Actually, no, I forgot because it normally goes back to Kara, but because we don't have Kara, we now get to play as Marcus again.
Wait, so Kara's not. Who's this then?
This is Marcus, the same guy we were just playing.
Oh,
Basically, Kara's story options are now deleted from the entire game. So we don't play as her, we don't interact
What?
with her, we don't see her again. She's dead.
but can she not be like part of a new hardware
No,
Android?
no, that's it, she's gone.
But
Gone.
But if
Totally
they can do
gone.
it with Connor, why can't they do it with Kiera?
Because she's a mass-produced model, she's not important. Connor is, because Connor's trying to find out what's making everything deviant.
Wow.
So yeah,
They've just done
Kara's deleted from like the first hour of gameplay,
So
and we don't see her again.
They've done a Doki Doki.
Yeah. He has no legs as well. Or rather, he has broken legs.
So is he going to be like Schwarzenegger now?
Yeah. This is literal Terminator
So it's like...
stuff. You'll see. This is basically like, you know, the future parts from Terminator 1 and 2. You'll see in a bit.
I want him to do that. Thumbs up.
My name is Marcus. He says that at the end of the level.
I'm looking for Sarah Connor.
No, he even goes with the whole Terminator, I think.
Connor? Sarah Connor?
Oh. There we go. So
I'm
he's
just
having
being-
to find compatible parts now so he can move around. So we're going to sit up. We're going to take our leg off.
How convenient is that though? Oh look, it's over there.
I know, right?
Yeah, I'm just being silly now. Hello.
It's even more awkward because of the gyro stuff.
Milo Gyro. I'll take this, and that's mine. Lock on. Fetch. Fetch.
Fetch leg. Now we still have to go get the other leg, so we're going to crawl and get the other leg. Once we do
Another important question, Dave.
Go on.
Is there robotic dogs?
I can't remember.
There has to be.
I know they do make android animals for certain ones that are becoming extinct. So they've got like a zoo that if, like in Kara's levels, when you escape Todd's house, you take the bus into the centre of Detroit.
So it's like a robotic zoo.
Yeah, when you go into the store that's in that area with Kara, it mentions there's a robotic zoo where you can see like elephants and other things
Nice.
that have been cyberized, basically.
Who's that guy behind him?
They're just random androids.
There's
They've
like,
been thrown out.
but they're still alive. They need to be.
Some of them are alive.
Like, what the hell are you doing?
They're like half dead. You know,
See, in Westworld, you know how they've got blue blood?
yeah.
In Westworld, they have what's cortical fluid, I think it's called, and it's all white.
Huh.
White blood. But it's similar.
If they've let Connor do his investigation properly, he turns around and calls it therium. It's a specific compound for it. Find Jericho! Oh.
Andrew.
He finishes in an O phase. This is one of the creepy bits in here. You just
It's like-
you got all these arms coming out the walls.
This is like the River Styx bit from God of War 3. But your health's not regenerated.
So all you do is you mash to go through here, and all you can hear is androids just moving around and going. "Moo."
This is like hell.
Yeah, it's
the
android
River
hell.
Android River Styx.
Wait for the guy at the end that's like, "Where are you going?" Wait for it.
What are you buying? What are you buying?
Music in this bit gets creepy now. Hang on.
I like horror.
This is like the creepiest part of the entire game,
Oh, good. About time
and
we
it's only
find
like
some-
Marcus's third level.
Some horror.
So here,
Graveyard.
it really is. It
Regulator.
kind of reminds me of Killzone as well, a little bit for some reason. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find spare parts. We're not going to find any in here, I don't think, but we'll just rummage through anyway. There's at one point you have to find a core because your Ethereum pump is messing up. You can rip one out of another android, but the thing is, it's better finding one that's already dead and taking the pump out of that. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to the android that kind of begs to be alive, and we're going to rip it out of her. No, get off me. There she is, right? It's hard to tell. There she is. She's like, I just want it, and then you're just like, no, I'm gonna have your Ethereum
It's
pump.
no
Thank you very
tit.
much. Wait for it. Wait for it. Kill.
Do you have to do that anyway?
No, you like I said, it's optional. You can either find that one, which is really easy to find, and take that, or you can find another one that's just a little bit round the corner and use that one instead.
Does
Because
that choice impact anything else, or
it doesn't impact anything, but it's part of your flowchart if you want to get the other one without killing her.
I guess I could do it twice. See what happens.
So there we go.
Wow.
We just killed an android. So that's like what, 3 or 4 people we've killed? 4 people. Kara, Alice, her, and Daniel. Right. So that's already 4 people we killed. I should name this like the kill everyone run instead of the bad run.
Sarah Connor.
Right. So then the visual processor that we've got is messed up. So we're gonna have to find another eye. This guy's got her eye. So we're gonna rip his eye out.
I got my eye on you. I'm sorry.
It's cool. Right, so we're gonna pick him up. I have an AK-7 android. Thing is, now Marcus ends up with a completely different coloured eye. So that's why he ends up having, I think it's blue and brown?
When I saw the live stream, he has blue and yellow or brown, like you said.
Yeah. But now his vision's fine, so now you can actually scan things again. The idea is it's doing like a Metroid on you, or you've got all your powers taken off you. It's like, right, you gotta get him back before you can leave this area.
It's like I said, God of War, when everything just goes.
Now over here we find our audio processor. So we go straight over here.
Does he have Creative Sound Blaster?
There we go. Yeah. Your sound card right behind your ear. We're just gonna go get it, right?
Punch through the skull.
What, Halo style? Just Captain Keys, bang!
Yeah.
Right, so there's the audio card. We're gonna take that,
Just shove it in.
put it in the back of his head, and then everything should be fine, and then we can leave the area. And then he's like, my name is Marcus, and then we do Connor's missions again.
I'm surprised they don't rust in the rain.
Alright. So now we've stabilised. We get a sweet ass coat, well, dope ass coat when we leave here.
Climb the slope.
So now we can actually hear everything. We gotta climb this this huge slope to get out of here.
That would have been a good advert for
Oh.
eardrops. He fell over.
When the prompt's on screen, you have to keep it held, otherwise you slip back down again. Although you just see a couple of other androids that are like half dead trying to get up there. If you wait for a certain amount of time, you get to see other androids being dumped in there by a crane. It's really messed up. They can actually fall on you and like almost suffocate Marcus.
Paul Marcus.
Right? We've got this triumphant music going on by Hans Zimmer in the background. I don't know whether it's Zimmer, it might be. Knowing me, it probably is.
I am complete.
Now he gets up, looks at everything, and he's like, my name is Marcus, and he walks off. With his dope ass coat.
My name is Marcus, and I'm a soldier. I'm the fastest man alive.
Kind of reminds me of the bit off V for
Oh.
Vendetta where it's like,
Is he gonna
is the
scream?
rain?
Is he gonna scream?
No.
That's what it's
No, but it reminds me of that bit from V for Vendetta where she's
Yeah.
on the roof and he's like, yeah! It's kind of like the rebirth scene. It seems to be for a lot of people, well, for a lot of films and stuff like that, they film the exact same thing. So first, we've got to camouflage ourselves to fit in, so we're going to rip off the little sensor that shows exactly who we are. That's how androids camouflage themselves in society.
That was easy.
Yeah. Surprisingly easy. It's one of the things where you'd think more of them would do it, but they're all slowly becoming deviant, so they're starting to do it. Others aren't as smart. It's like we'll meet a guy later on as Connor, and he's just not smart enough, so he just hides it under his cap instead. My name is Marcus.
And this is the best store in the Citadel.
Wait for it.
That is Batman cloak.
Yeah.
Oh, that was conveniently there as well.
I know, right?
Come on.
Just conveniently placed.
Here's your trench coat. Now go and be a badass.
There we go. So, from the dead. Now we go back to Connor because no Kara! Kara has a lot of really long levels. Oh, we're going to get chastised by Amanda now for not doing our mission properly.
Is it? Oh, I fucked up, I'm sorry.
So
Find Amanda.
So this is Connor's headspace, where basically he comes when he's loading or whatever else, or it's meant to be kind of like...
Is this his loading screen?
Yeah, basically.
Interactive loading screen. I just have Space Invaders.
It's a Zen garden, but
I like that.
they've not finished modelling it. It's deliberately done like that.
He can't think of what tree he wants to put there, just leave him alone.
So here's Amanda.
It's like, hey, what are you doing in my head?
Hello, Amanda.
All you need to know is never make Amanda trusted. Or friendly with you or anything.
But she's already trusted. Oh.
If you make Amanda happy, you get a bad ending. A really bad ending.
So you're gonna make her really happy?
No, no. We're gonna deny her that.
Oh, okay then. What is she, like evil or something?
She's Cyberlife. So basically, you know how
She's got polos for earrings.
you know how you have Skynet?
Yeah.
She's basically Skynet.
Okay. She's dysfunction.
Find him as dysfunctional. He obviously has a personal situation impacting his professional behavior and seems to have no interest in the investigation.
I like her robe.
No, the thing is, if you say anything else, but she'll just be like, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say friendly. Because that seems like the most logical. If he's being awkward, then you just be friendly to him and see what happens. Amanda's like, nope, don't want you being friendly with him. That's one of the first signs that something's a bit up with her, where you're thinking, okay, friendly's logical. We'll use this to try and get Hank to cooperate with us, make it easier on us. Because he doesn't like androids, and she's just like, don't think that's a good idea. It's like, what? It's like some of the choices in the game that you'll find are really awkward, because you'll be thinking, okay, this is logical, I'll do this, and it's totally not what you expect. You know, what you think is correct is almost always wrong in terms of how everything plays out. It's like there's one sequence later on that we'll see where you have to defend yourself from two robots. I pulled a gun on him and I got the bad ending. And I'm like, wait, what? I didn't pull my gun on him, you get the good ending. So even though I'm thinking to myself, there's a robot coming straight at me, I'll pull a gun on myself to defend myself. Nope, don't work. That reminds me, if you escape as Kara and Alice, and you leave Todd alive, you'll actually get to see Todd in here placing a police report saying that he's lost him. So you do actually get to see some interaction in here. Oh, also, don't look at that report on the... It drops the public opinion of you. Because that's another thing that happens, is you need to get public opinion for androids to be good if you want to get one of the good endings.
So you're not after the good one, are you?
Yeah, I'm not after the good one, but it does help for certain bits.
Chaotic good. Too brown.
So what we're doing is we're looking for Hank's desk here. We found Hank's desk.
Mr. Anderson. Oh, that's it, yeah. So that's Hank then, Lieutenant Anderson.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
Now we get to find out a little bit of his history as well. So everybody knows Hank's a drunk at this point. They're just like, well, he shows up whenever. You know, so he's got to...
I hope he's going to push his boundaries, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And becomes a Super Saiyan.
Hank is really good as a character.
Oh, he's like, I don't know what to do. I might as well just sit here.
So yeah, you can actually explore the office as Connor at this point.
I like
So for instance, you can learn most of Hank's backstory in this section just by looking at his desk. So for instance, we're going to listen to what music he listens to.
Play.
So he listens to dark, heavy death metal.
I like it.
Thing is, if we had had the audio turned up a little bit more, we would have been able to hear it, but instead we're just going to leave him an answer phone message.
Call Hank Anderson.
This is Hank. This is Hank. I hear a message. That's returned to you. Leave a message. That's returned to
Beep.
You'll like Sumo as well. Sumo is Hank's dog. It's the most amazing thing ever. It's you know Beethoven.
Yeah.
Those type of dogs.
Yeah. He's a big
It's
fluffy dog.
one of them. It's like when we try and go to, I think it's the Eden Club in a bit. We actually have to convince Hank to come. So we jump in through the window and find him unconscious on the floor, and part of it is the dog runs up to you and goes, "Hey, what's going on?" You're just like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa! Don't eat me." So this is all of Hank's stuff. I'm going to scan it just to see what's going on. So he likes visiting Jimmy's bar. He's got a dog. It's a Saint Bernard. This is where you find out that he was previously on a task force for the red ice stuff that he dismantled in 2028. He likes his donuts, even though they're really not good for him. He likes his coffee, but it's cold, and he collects random stuff like some Japanese maple. And then we can even research him here, where that just tells you a little bit more about the red ice stuff.
You were the decorated officer.
Basically, Hank's the best guy on the police force, or was, until he got drunk.
Hank.
In my office.
Honk.
Now you know how they have. You've seen Last Action Hero, right?
Mm.
You know how Slater is with his superior.
Mm.
This is basically that. We're just gonna stand in here. We don't have to stand in here, but see what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it already looks like a fucking novel. That's another good line.
This conversation is over. Jesus Christ. Why are you doing this to me? You don't want to eat these fucking things. Why are you doing this to me? I've had just about enough of your bitch. Either you do your job or you hand in your badge. Now, if you excuse me, I've got work to do.
I just do the whole I'm out of here. You can actually look around during that, but there is one sequence.
Just stroke his head like.
If you go in the kitchen, you meet a guy called Reed who will be part of the story later on. But Reed is an absolute cunt to Connor just for the sake of it because he doesn't like androids. So if you want to, you can completely avoid that sequence. Either that or you just turn around and be like, so, I'm not going to listen to you, but he ends up just being a dick and punches you anyway. Hank?
Hank.
So, basically, at this point, you start over again with Hank, basically. You do the first mission, but then at this part, you can actually lose a lot of friend points with him, as it were. The best thing you can do is basically just start over from scratch, because you will piss him off at the end of this anyway. But what I mean by start over from scratch is just be incredibly careful with what you do to him. Like, for instance, we're going to talk about dog. You don't talk about baseball. I think it was either baseball or basketball, because that's what you interrupted last night. So if you do that, you'll be like, I was trying to watch that.
I like dogs.
What's your dog's name?
What's it to you? Sumo. Call it Sumo.
He really likes his dog. Right, so we do not ask about basketball, but we will ask about music.
Do you listen to Knights of the Black Death? I really like that music. It's full of energy.
You listen to heavy metal?
I don't really listen to music as such, but I'd like to.
See, so there we go. Hank's looking at us funny, but he's like, oh, okay, so...
What's Fowler?
The police chief.
You always arrive at the office at this time.
I arrive when I arrive.
Basically, some of the other options negatively impact you. Like, for instance, if you ask about basketball because you interrupted him at the bar when he was watching the basketball match, he just turns around and goes, I was watching that, you interrupted me, I never found out what the hell happened in the game. So here we go, we're going to access the terminal.
Missing?
So we get to have a look through here. So that's a Jerry. That's just an AL series. These are all the different things.
Oh, Jerry's going. These from the paint shop.
Kara should be in here. That is North. We get to see her later on. There we go.
Destroy.
That's Marcus, but it doesn't show. When you read about it, basically Leo was found unconscious. Carl basically says that they had an altercation, but the police destroyed him. And Kara's in there if Kara escapes. So bits of Android deviancy everywhere.
We could follow up on one of these cases, see if we can figure out what happened. That might be a good way to start the
Now normally, they'd start by trying to look for Kara, but because Kara isn't there, we may go for North. Hang on. Because North is one of Marcus's group. Now we've got to convince him to come on. The problem is, no matter what you do, he'll beat the living daylights out of you for a little bit. I think I might have just got negative there, because he has personal problems to do with his son. So you really don't want to touch on anything personal with him, because it'll drop your rating with him. So if we do, let's go determined. Please don't say anything bad. Oh no, I think that's negative. Yep. See, this happens 2 out of... I think there's 2 options that end in this, then 2 options that end differently, but I've always seen that option, which drops Hank a little bit, but it's easy to get him back up again to be a friend.
Where are you going?
Bullshit makes me hungry.
So there we go. Now we should be playing as Marcus again, or is it Connor? We're about halfway through the game already as well. Because we're not doing Kara's sections. They're so long. And they just feel tacked on, to be honest. Yeah, we're playing as Marcus again. This one is Jericho, where we have to find the boat that Marcus was told about. Well, we don't know it's a boat, but he gets pointed in the direction of a boat here, and then we get to find North and everybody else. And then we get to go to the Eden. I think it's the Eden Club. It's either the Eden Club or it's the Chase, and then it's the Eden Club and that. Basically, you just get to walk around a large open section of Detroit for the moment looking for clues. But, if you know what you're looking for, should be... Oh god! The pixelation on those textures. they use a lot of post-processing in this. You can tell just by, you know, looking at certain bits. So that's the clue that we've got. You can keep pressing L2 to raise that in your hand. Then we scan round. There's the first clue. Right, updated.
So what's these clues all about?
These are leading him to the Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah, totally Chris Jericho. Please don't do the line. Wait for it. Ah! Android boy band. That is a terrible line. Who names a band here for you? It's totally cringe. That it's never sat right with me. So the next clue is right in front of us. If this guy will get out of the way.
He's like, so this is what I like to be human.
You can interact with a lot in this area. But we're just going to take the direct approach.
Mandy.
So we're looking for those squares, right? Or those symbols. And every time we find one of them, or it lines up with one, it gives us another one. And we just have to look for that.
We're going to do some hardcore parkour.
Oh yeah, totally. I'm not even being sarcastic about that. We actually do hardcore parkour in a sec. Now, because we're deviant, we don't have to wait for the crossing. So we can just go ahead and do that, and then that one there.
We're still on the road.
Yeah, we're still in the middle of the road. Thing is, it should have teleported us to the other side now. Yep, there we go.
Next one's next to a painting of a robot.
Yep, which is on the left here.
On the left hand side.
Basically, we scan over here first. It is the... Then the next one is on one of the other robots there, and then the other one is behind that pallet. So what we have to do is crouch, get under here.
Hope no one can see me in this daylight.
It's okay, it's totally fine, you know, it's not as if I'm doing anything dodgy.
Hope that woman who went past me didn't see me.
Right, so now we're gonna move this pallet out of the way. Ugh, those UVs. Right. This is where the hardcore parkour comes in now. No joke. So there's the next one, right? There's an advertisement for the Hungry Neep on the right.
What?
There's a giant shark.
Not enough sharks.
Shark in the dark.
Right? So now here's where the parkour comes in. Because we actually have to do parkour to progress.
Only enough to have this bin.
Right, so we've got to use the bin as a vault.
Assassin's Creed. Yeah.
Totally. It gets better as well. Like we've done those. So there's the third one, and then the next one is, I think it's a lion. No, it's
Parkour.
around. So we can't get over there. So now what do? Well, we're gonna recreate the exact way to get over there, right?
I thought I was going to do a superhero jump.
Yep. Superhero landing. We're going to pre-construct this. Now you can choose different ways to get around it, but the best way of doing it is to aim
Wall. Oh my.
for there.
We're doing a proper Assassin's Creed then.
Oh yeah, it gets better in a bit. Right? And then we just execute. Then you get to watch him do it. Thing is, if he was doing proper parkour, you wouldn't need to do that unless with a roll, unless it was like a drop that was over 8 feet, because that's only to cushion yourself. So there is where the next clue is.
Yep. Up
Right.
there. I see it.
So there's a couple of them here. There's one there. There's one there, and I always have problems finding. Oh no, I was just about to say I always have problems finding the one there, but that one's inside. So we've got to go upstairs. We've got to do another pre-construct here.
Reconstructive surgery.
Right? This one's a little bit awkward because it gives you multiple ways to get around. I'm going to take the way over here. Now it's like, where'd you go? So we're going to go over here. If you look at different areas with Marcus, it'll allow you to take different routes, but those routes will always end up with him failing. There we go, and then we just watch him execute again. Right?
And what was that? That was pretty sweet, what I just did.
So we're almost at the end of the level now. The next one is here. It's a bit of a tricky one, that one, because you have to have it lined up there. Just right as well. The next one is through here. Tapping that button like crazy. There's the Jericho. A lot of heavy post-processing to blur out that there. Now you can get a note on the flowchart for standing on the bridge, because the bridge is rickety as hell and just gives way. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to come jump over here. He has a little bit of trouble getting up these stairs. Could go up the ladder. Come on. Thing is, we're almost at the point as well where we can get Marcus killed. And then we just do it as Connor. Roo. Now we're on the boat. And we've lost our coat as well.
No.
On the boat, lost the coat. It fell off somehow in there. Now they try and make it a little bit creepy in here by having it do the, you know, the Fear style creepy, where it's like they try and jump scare you with music and
Yeah.
people running around like really fast. Basically, the Jericho was supposed to be a safe haven for androids. It's really just a rickety old boat that's rusted.
Hello.
Also, be sure if you end up being deviant in the future that you don't pick a name based on a direction, because it sounds stupid when everybody else introduces the name as Simon. You'll see what I mean in a second.
Boris.
Try and give me the spooks.
5 spooky, 10 me.
I think this is the right way. Come on. I hate it when the gyro does this, right? There we go. This is why you play it on casual. You don't have to deal with all of this. End of the level. Boom. Welcome to Jericho. So in the bowels of the ship is where everybody else hides.
What's that?
Welcome to Jericho.
No, that wasn't Daniel. Similar model.
Hi, I'm James.
Met the people of Jericho. Come on. Smash that button.
Smash that. Get on the floor. Chicken.
This bit we can do really easily as well. Like, you can do a chase sequence, which is really cool, but it takes quite a while. So instead, what we're going to do is just botch everything up again.
Hey.
This is kind of like, you know, that other scene we went to where I said, like, we can do the interrogation or we can do something else. Well, in this case, it's kind of like that, where if you don't do it properly, you skip a chase sequence over rooftops, you know, like The Matrix. Basically, this is a place that Hank comes to on the outskirts of Detroit, where he does illegal gambling and all kinds of other stuff with people that aren't exactly the cleanest of people. There we go, there's a little bit of illegal gambling for you. You can scan his food though and then tell him it's not good for his health, and he'll just be like, piss off.
You don't have to follow me around like a poodle.
I'm sorry for my behavior back at the police station. I didn't mean to be unpleasant.
See, now Hank's happy again. It's really easy to get him happy again. You can't scan them, I didn't want to. I just remember pressing R2 though and just be like, oh!
Leave that thing here. Not a chance. Follows me everywhere.
There's really annoying crappy music in the background of this section. But because it's on low, we don't hear it, so...
Enjoy your meal.
Wait, he looks so happy there while he's eating.
Look,
Do you eat here often?
He likes his burgers.
Gary makes the best burger in Detroit.
Maybe I should tell you what we know. Maybe I should tell you what we know about defense. We believe that a mutation occurs in the software of some androids, which can lead to them emulating a human emotion.
In English, please.
John says, hey Dave, coming on Halo at some point. Yes, I will. In a bit.
Which can lead to unpredictable behavior.
Emotions always screw everything.
I'm gonna look.
Different from us as we thought.
Is there anything you'd like to know about me?
Hell. Well, yeah. Why do they make you look so goofy? Why do they make you look so goofy? and have that weird voice?
CyberLife androids are designed to work harmoniously with humans. Both my appearance and voice are specifically designed to facilitate my integration.
Well, then fuck that.
Can I ask you a personal question, Lieutenant? Why do you hate androids so much?
I have my weaknesses. You ever dealt with deviants before? You ever dealt with deviants before?
A few months back, a deviant was threatening to jump off the roof of the lower building.
So this is the only time when that becomes relevant. Is that flashback sequence.
You've done all your homework, right? Everything there is to know about me.
I know you graduated top of your class. You made a name for yourself.
By telling him the truth as well, it makes him really happy.
I also know you've received several disciplinary warnings in recent years. You spend a lot of time with others.
So what's your conclusion?
I think working with an officer of personal issues is an added challenge.
Connor's just adapting to him still.
He's adapting. Resistance is futile.
So basically, you get an option to tell Hank the truth or a lie about what you know about him. Tell him the truth. Just tell him the truth. You get a lot of friend points for telling him the truth, because basically, when you say that to him, you tell him basically you did all your research and he's a really decorated officer, and he's like, cheers for actually caring to do some research, you know. This is where the here's where the buddy cop thing kind of starts going really well, because he doesn't really react cold to you anymore unless you do it to him.
Not much. Just that a neighbor reported that he heard strange noises coming from this floor. Nobody's supposed to be living. But the neighbor said he saw a man hiding an LED under his car.
We have to investigate every time somebody uses a strange noise. We're gonna need more cops.
Anybody home?
Boot the door down.
Open up! Detroit police! Open up! Detroit police!
Stay behind me. Got it? Stay behind me.
Got it?
Boot the door in, Hank.
Honk.
So basically, we're gonna bugger up this investigation again.
This is some Resident Evil.
Nah, but pigeons.
I like pigeons.
No joke. How many pigeons do you think are in the next room?
5.
Okay, I'll hold you to that.
One team is if you make 900.
Oh. Whoa, that's a lot of pigeons.
Bit more than 5, but
Jesus, this place stinks.
What's with the maze on the wall?
that's another RA9 reference if I remember rightly. Hang on.
Oh no.
There is RA9 references somewhere in here.
Oh no.
I remember.
Potato.
Hank's currently chilling out.
I like how the pigeons just stayed.
Yeah. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take the corner here. You don't have to scan everything to rip off this section of the. Oh. What's wrong there?
Wrong.
Because you can remove that. There we go.
It's a buck.
Right, and you can just take that. I think that has RA9 references in it.
I need some fresh air. Found something?
No.
Something?
I don't know. It looks like a note, but it's indecipherable.
And what we're trying to do is get him to say, right, we're going to leave. I can't remember how you do that. See if there's anything in these other rooms, because I don't think there is. Oh, there's a magazine there. There's nothing in there because the door's closed and you can't really open it. So what I'm going to do is just interact with a couple of things. Excuse me, pigeon.
I wanted him to put a pigeon in his pocket.
Connor and the pigeon
Yeah.
and Hank. They
Connor,
make a new team.
Connor, Jeff, and Hank. I don't need a jacket.
RT. Probably initials.
Put his initials in his jacket? Put his initials in his jacket? That's something your mom does
When you're in Bert.
I think I messed that up.
When you're in Bert.
The driver's license is fake.
Cool. At least we didn't come for nothing.
Come on, Hank. I need him to prompt me and say, looks like there's nothing here, let's go.
Looks like there's nothing here. Let's go.
Look, there's pigeons.
Real books. You thought I was the last guy. You thought I was
Oh, he's not going to eat everything again. It's like limb.
So we're looking for a WB200.
WD-40.
Who's taken off his LED.
I wonder who that is.
So he's removed his bio component to try and...
Its LED is in the sink.
blended. There's the RA9 reference.
Any idea what it means? Any idea what it means?
RA9. 2,471 times. It's the same sign Ortiz's android wrote on the shower wall. Why are they obsessed with this sign?
Because it looks like the word rag.
Right.
Rag.
Right.
Now hopefully we'll get prompted to get out of here. Come on, Hank. I need him to just turn around and be like, yeah, let's get out of here.
Well, why else do you think they're there?
Birdseed? Why are they having to be birdseed? Oh.
You might eat the bird seed. You might be wrong.
So?
He's trying to be a pigeon.
Maybe they're after a killer pigeon.
Or he might even eat the pigeons. He might be a cannibal.
Cannibal evil
To
pigeon?
the pigeons, anyway.
There's pigeons inside the wardrobe as well.
Is there a massive pigeon?
No, just open it. There's like five more
fi-
pigeons.
The
in there.
final
Pigeon.
boss.
King pigeon.
I am the king pigeon.
Where's Hank go?
He's got Lou.
Let's just see if we can walk off. No, you can't. I'm just waiting for him to prompt me, that's the thing.
Don't you have to, like, interact with literally everything?
I suppose I could do. Hang on.
It's a chair.
Because you recreate the scene and it just shows the guy falling off the chair. Then when you go in here, you analyse and reconstruct this. Thing is, we're so close to doing the end of this run as well. I've got basically like what, 3/4 of an hour to do this. Yeah, basically tops. And then I shall go on Halo. No, no! God damn it. I think that buggered it up.
What?
I think doing everything buggered it up. Hank,
Try leaving.
you can't. You can't because you know he's here now. Shit. And Hank's not prompting me. That's because I did that. That's just killed that. God damn it. I'll have to bugger up the chase instead.
Can you not restart the...
Nope. Not in the middle of a run either, so let's just bugger up the chase. Because you can just walk off. But there we go, just didn't exit the first part. That wasn't too bad, I could have optimised that better, but
I wonder why I wasn't saying it then.
yeah, it's awkward. It's kind of 50-50. I don't know properly what triggers him in there to say it. Isn't this Detroit Becoming Human? Oh, this isn't Detroit Becoming Human, it's Detroit Wrath of the Pigeon, says John.
Wrath of the Pigeon.
Right, so that wasn't too bad, but it wasn't optimised as well as I would have liked. Basically, Rupert got away.
Rupert.
At least I know that you don't have to leave it long there. This is kind of short if you cut it short, so... This is basically just meeting the crew of the Jericho. This is the introduction that I was on about. Just, I don't like that.
Why Simon? And then there's
No,
North.
yeah, no, this is what I mean, right? You introduce yourself, it's like Stu, Jen, Dave, West. it makes no sense. He needs to make his O face again. Jericho!
But
Oh.
the thing is, though, North is an actual name.
Is it?
Yeah.
Sounds stupid. Is it just me that thinks it's stupid?
Look, we've got some baby names. Search name. North. Search.
How popular is it?
Uh,
How popular is North as a name? I need to know, like, percentage-wise now. Down to, like, 7 billion people. How many are named North? It's just triggered me.
Well, Kanye West's
Okay.
son's
there we
called
go.
Northwest.
US popularity of North over time. This name has never been ranked in the top 1,000 in America.
Thank you.
Are you happy it's not in the...
It's irrelevant.
They just did a Deus Ex. I never asked for this.
Oh my god, it decides sister and brother's names. Noah and North. What are her siblings called? Easton. Head out. That's someone messing about. I'm a map.
Let's go and find Lucy with half of her head missing.
Oh, what is it if you have 5 kids? I'm trying to think what it's called. It's not a quadruplet. It's...
Quintuplet?
I think it's quintuplets. That's what you need. You need to call north, south, east, and west. And the smallest one could be called I'm a map.
I'm a man.
Map.
Map.
Get here, Matt.
Map. Tell North, South, East, and West to stop fucking around.
You could call them the Compass siblings.
Yeah.
Oh god, that's terrible.
North, south, come here. Where's east?
I think he's with West.
Jesus. So now, all she's going to do is see her arm wound shot and then tell us to drink some blue, blue, blue.
Gatorade.
Also, she has half a head. She's doing the lightsaber thing and Marcus is doing
It's
his
like-
best straight face. He's like, this isn't even making me flinch.
He's like Balder. He's like, I can't feel a thing.
It looks like he's trying to be Riddick.
Drink some blue blood because you lost a ton of it.
It's
Get
the
some blue
android
blood
from
and go get some eyes.
yeah. It's the android from StarCraft 2 with the half head.
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
mmm, so tasty.
Blue, blue, blue.
But blood doesn't work that way.
He's like, I have no emotion.
In the concept art that you can unlock at the end of the game, one of the ones is Lucy with like half a brain hanging out. It's weird. So do you want to know the who can be an antagonist in this?
Mm-hmm.
Amanda and Hillary Clinton. No joke. She's not called Hillary Clinton, but she looks exactly like Hillary Clinton. I've seen it in, you know, like all the videos. Oh, this is the part where Lucy's like, yeah, just alluding to the fact of Marcus, whatever you choose from this point on may bugger up the rest of the game.
Is that what they're trying to say?
Yeah, she's alluding to it. It's like, whatever choices you pick now may bugger up everything else for everybody.
So, what are you gonna do?
Kill Marcus. Hopefully, and get this all done in the next, 30 minutes? I'm going to mess this up, probably, because I don't think I have enough time. I don't think I have enough time, because you need to go on the Freedom March with Marcus and get him killed, and then you need to finish up with Connor.
It's cool, we could... light all the bonfires.
It's part of it. You light all of them, and then you talk to Simon.
Simon says.
Yeah. Don't talk to North. She's stupid.
North.
I don't like North.
North.
She's like one of the worst characters.
She smells. I like.
The ball that she throws there, if you watch, it's hyper animated to come back to her, even though it shouldn't by normal laws of physics.
Wait, that didn't even come back. That one did.
No, watch. It always comes back, but the speed of it is she
Yeah, that then when it goes
she
like
throws it like semi-slow and it comes back super fast. It makes no sense. It always annoys me that when something like that just breaks the sense of realism. You got like one little element and it's just like, yeah, it doesn't fit with the rest of it.
That was the glitch then.
North and North's ball throwing skills just triggered me.
There was a texture thing then. It just messed up a little bit.
No, 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 I didn't want to do that. This is killing the run. We're like 2 hours 11 in. I could have this done in 3 hours.
It's okay. Just,
No, it doesn't, because you don't see a run split into like 2 parts.
I know, but still.
Ah. Oh yeah, basically we just sit with her while she dies.
This is soon morbid.
It's fine. She's like, I want somebody to be here while I die, because I don't know what's after death.
So if I hold hands,
Hold my hand.
you just turn white. Everything turned white.
There she goes. She's dead. It's pretty quick. So that's another one we've killed. That's like 5 people we've killed.
Take apart.
I think we've actually turned on all the lights as well. Yeah. So Simon, please talk to me. Oh.
Did you just go straight through and then?
No. I think I need to interact with certain parts of the environment before I
fridge.
can talk to him. No, this is just a box of parts.
Great.
I think that prompts him because then he turns around and goes, "We gotta go get some parts." Yeah.
Cyber life and me. Cyber life. QR code there, by the way.
Alright. Right, so now Marcus has the idea to go to the docks and steal everything. So then we go... Avoid North! We avoid North. We go to Simon and we talk to him. And Simon's like, "Dude, sup, I'm on standby." And you're like, "We gotta go rob everything. Because we can. Heist time."
We can and we will.
Josh says that, flash forward to when he gets shot in the Freedom March. Whatever you do, North is another awkward character in which, basically, the way that the allegiance works with all of the characters of the Jericho is, Simon will always side with you if it sounds logical, as in, like, it'll save the most lives. Like, if you select run away during the Freedom March, he'll go, "Okay, that was good, because you didn't cause any conflict." If you go with Josh basically is the peaceful approach to everything. So if you go peaceful, Josh will have his friend gauge for you raised. North is evil Wonder Woman. Literally, if you want to kill
Injustice 2.
everybody, she'll be like, "That's totally hot, I like you."
So that's Injustice 2 version of
Yeah.
North.
So basically North is evil Wonder Woman. No, Amanda is around
Amanda, please.
the side because you end up having to talk to her with a brolly.
I like his
And,
brolly.
and then she's like, "You're bugging up again, Connor." And you're like, "I can't help it, seriously. The guy was in the garden with a baseball bat beating up thin air." And she's like, "That's not what happened."
He's beating up thinner.
So what happened to the pigeons? I just stayed around just to feed them. And she's like, "You were supposed to follow this guy."
I have the high ground, Connor. High ground. Wait, we'll just change her clothes.
A little bit.
I've been expecting you.
Here's where she'll chastise me again for messing up. She's like, "Will you stop messing up?" "I can't help it. I'm only robot."
So that's his boss.
Yeah, basically.
How's she in his mind?
She just takes visits to his head occasionally.
I don't know if she does it.
She's his boss, so... Like I said, she's basically Skynet, so she can do whatever she wants. It's like how Skynet contacts all the Terminators. No excuse.
I have no excuse. I should have been more efficient.
Did you manage to learn anything?
I'm gonna say the most stupidest stuff to her.
Insects or pets. Nothing like this.
I don't like Amanda either because she's easy to antagonise. That's the only reason. I just generally hate characters that, like, the moment you say one thing, they're just like, I hate you.
Deviants seem obsessed with Arena.
She says that, flashback to the point where he's running across the, like, 3 rooftops in front of me.
How is your relationship?
You're there petting a pigeon.
Yep.
It's like, look, Amanda, I brought a pigeon for you.
Here we go, look.
It's improved.
She'll be negative about that now.
Growing accustomed to my presence.
Or she will be.
Does she not like anything, this woman?
No.
We don't have much time.
She's got bits of paper stuck to her.
We need to stop this. Whatever it takes.
I will solve this
It's
investigation.
interesting because she's got the CyberLife logo as her earrings.
I won't disappoint you.
A new case just came in.
This is the Eden Club. This is the strip mall. Well, not the strip mall, the strip club bit. This is really easy to do. This is the one where you don't touch anything.
I like that.
So we're gonna go to the strip club. But first we're gonna find Sumo.
Popo.
We have to get Hank to the strip club, and there's only one way of doing it.
Keep the dog alive.
Yeah. Well, obviously, you can pet the dog as an optional thing. We're going to pet the dog.
Good.
Best part of the entire game.
Why is he neutral now?
Hank is neutral because he's tried to commit suicide.
Oh,
Because of personal problems related to his child that is no longer around. He likes playing Russian roulette a lot after a lot of booze. So we're about to find him unconscious in the middle of one of his games.
I see you.
Thing is, if you bugger up one part of his relationship, you actually find that he will just play a game and actually win for once instead of losing. Not a good ending. There's Sumo.
He's such a big doggy.
I'm here to save your honor.
Yes. I need my food.
We'll be giving Sumo rubs later on. He's awesome. We also get to find out about Hank's kid in here after we check on Hank and wake him up. The funniest part about this is we're going to slap the ever-loving piss out of him. Right? How do you wake up a drunk guy? You slap the living daylights out of him.
That's to Jake Danielos.
There's his 357 revolver. He's also thrown up on himself.
Blah.
And he stinks of booze. He likes his whiskey. Wait for it. Lieutenant! I love this bit.
Wake up, Lieutenant. Wake up, Lieutenant.
Wait for it. Do you want to do the honest there?
Or just
Drop it like that.
yes.
Oh, it's always funny that. It's like, Hank, wake up! Smack! He's totally blitzed.
I'm sorry, Lieutenant, but I need
I find the Eden Club is really cool, not because of all the strippers, but purely just because of all the colours in it compared to the rest of the game. You'll see what I mean in a moment.
It goes all JoJo.
Oh yeah, literally.
Good dog.
I love Hank in this bit. He's so funny, like completely wrecked. Just like, Sumo, help! Sumo's just like, I ain't doing anything, Hank. He's all yours. How do you get someone sober really quick? You throw them in the shower and turn the shower on according to this game.
I don't want to see his penis though.
Right? You don't need to see it.
Sorry, Lieutenant. It's for your own good.
This is how we sober him up. We'll just about do the Eden Club as well, and the worst part is we're right near the end of the run.
Jimmy Russell.
So this run can be done within 3 hours, basically. Oh, round about 3 hours. I think I've messed up there. Okay, so that doesn't affect him. That's good.
I understand. It probably wasn't interesting anyway. Man found dead in a sex club downtown. Guess they'll have to solve the case without us.
Hank's like, I want some boobs. Now we're going to dress him up like a hippie. Also, before that, we're going to give Sumo a rub. Oh, no, wait, you have to give him his clothes, and then when he's putting on his clothes, then you can rub Sumo.
Good dog.
Yeah. Sumo's like best part of the game.
What do you want to wear? What do you want to wear?
Hippie.
Strippy.
And streaky. So we're going to give him full on hippie gear. Oh, it's so funny. There we go, President Warren. Yeah, they've got some weird thing going on in the background about some war with Russia as well.
Political.
It's hinted at throughout the entire game, but instead we're just going to pet the dog because the dog's like the best thing ever. Sumo actually plays a major part in the perfect ending as well.
Sweet.
No joke. You also have to find out about Hank's son if you want the perfect ending.
I just want Sumo.
So here we get to find out about Hank's son.
Honk. Tiny Hank.
Yeah, Cole. Cole's deceased. That's why he suffers from depression and likes playing Russian roulette a lot.
It's mine now.
You can question him about his Russian roulette habits, but instead it's just like, no, I'll just leave it like that. And now we get to go to the sex club.
Yeah.
Best part of the entire
Yeah.
game, Sumo.
I like Sumo.
Smashing that button.
Smash it.
That was me smashing the continue button. I'm just like, come on!
Top left. Smash it.
Oh no, I forgot. Before we go to the club, we're going to do the bit with Marcus. Ah.
Marcus.
I'm just going to bugger this up.
What, per piece?
Yeah. Basically, you have to go and get a load of Android parts. Instead, I'm going to screw it up as heavily as you can so you get nothing. Because it's really easy to get the parts that they need, because you can get tons of stuff in here for them.
X-Force.
Even if you do, it only lasts them like 3 days. Because they really do not know how to make things last. Because they're after these spare parts so they can repair everyone. You get spare parts, extra blood, you even rescue some more androids, and as a result they use everything within 3 days. It's like, what are you doing, guys? Seriously, you're supposed to be organised? All the way north just teleported in out of nowhere there.
Just went, oh my.
So here's where we do hardcore parkour again. There's actually different routes as well that you can choose. It's like some people will go straight up there, or you can, I think, oh no, you can kick off one of the walls later on. You can go all the way over where they're going to the left, or you can follow north over here.
No.
God, I hate that name.
Call him Nolan.
Nolan.
It's close enough. Nolan North.
Cyber life for you, cyber life.
Now around here, instead of going on there with these guys, you can actually follow Simon instead. A lot of people will grab the crane, but you can go with Simon and do some more parkour stuff. Doesn't really give you much else to do other than a little bit more choice in terms of hardcore parkour. Doesn't do anything really in terms of how it affects the outcome, but
you're going to do this the
really bad way, yeah.
easy way.
The easy way is basically just get caught and then run for the fence.
This is Assassin's Creed now.
Yeah, well we're about to end the Assassin's Creed, but she's got force powers, says North. Oh, John says North's got force powers. It's just like, yeah,
She's not really there.
she's not really there, she's just projecting. That's what John said. Right, so we're supposed to take that drone down, so what I'm going to do is pre-construct here. Yeah, it's because I was trying to look over there and it wouldn't let me for a moment. There we go.
Compute.
And then we beat the living daylights out the drone. Here we go, hardcore parkour. Now the thing is, if you mess it up, like if I just leave it now, he still breaks it. But then he falls on the floor and then North's like, well done, jackass. Wait for it. Simon's like, dude, you alright? He's like, oh, I'm fine, I'm fine. And then North's like, well done. Get off my case, woman. Josh is resentful. Come on, Josh. Seriously, give me a break.
Punch Josh.
So there's all the blue blood. So we're going to take tons of this, but then next minute we get caught by, I think it's John? John! Yeah, there he is. So what we're going to do is we're going to hide. And then he'll be like, there are 4 androids hiding, 3 androids hiding behind here. And then next minute you're like, ah, run! Wait for it.
What the you doing?
You can actually grab him and hide with him, and then he actually defects with you. And then you can go and look around the area, but if you don't, this happens. Hit the fucking alarm! And then you run for the fence.
All you hear is
You can actually get caught by dogs on this as well.
nice.
Crazy. hop the fence, then everybody chastises you, and you're like, well, at least I did something. Jeez.
We took what we could, but we had to run before we could fill our bags.
There won't be enough to save everyone. There won't be enough to save everyone.
Some of you are gonna die. Doesn't matter, because when we get to the Freedom March, if we eventually get to the Freedom March, you're all gonna be dead anyway.
Yes.
We took a risk. And yes, we failed.
But I am Marcus. That's literally his justification for this, by the way.
At least we tried.
My name is Marcus.
Of course, it would have been easy
Wait for it.
to sit around and wait for something to happen.
Free.
Because in Jericho, you're free, right?
Free to do what?
Free to do what?
To die in silence.
To
praying
die in
that no human
silence,
finds us?
praying that no human finds us?
Free to hope.
Free to hope
One day they'll let us
one
be
day
who we
they'll
are.
let us be who we are?
I don't want that kind of freedom.
I don't want that kind of freedom.
I'm not gonna beg for my
I'm
right
not
to
gonna
smile,
beg for my right to smile,
or to love, or to stand
or to
tall.
love, or to stand tall.
There's something inside me that
There's
knows
something
I am
inside me that knows I am more than what they say.
that knows that I am alive.
That knows
knows
that I am
I'm
alive.
alive.
No one's gonna take that from me.
No one's gonna take that from me anymore.
Our days of slavery
Our
are
days of
over.
slavery are over.
Does he do a better speech if you do it right?
Whatever the humans don't
He still kind of does the same speech, so. Except that he doesn't turn around and go, I messed up. Instead, he's like, we got tons of stuff! Yeah!
and from this moment,
We are
we
free.
are free.
Just about enough time to do the eating club as well. It always ends like that as well, by the way. Simon's just like, what?
He's like,
Oh, so that was spare parts.
he's like, bitch, serious?
The worst part about this is, if we had more time, we'd complete this in one go. So close. There we go. This is the Eden Club. This is where you're going to meet Tattoo. You know, the female band. The lesbian female band.
Oh god, yeah.
Robo Tattoo.
Robo Tattoo.
That's what I call them.
Things about to get. All the things she said. All the things she said.
Running through my... You see what I mean as well, though, about this level. I like it, not because of the sex bit, but because of how much colour is in it compared to the rest of the game. Everywhere else is, like, dark and dreary and
And
just
everything's
grey.
just purple.
Everything in here is, like, purple, bright colours, neon lights, everything. Right?
Oh god, migraine, here we come.
Sexiest androids in town. I don't know why you insisted on coming.
All the things she said.
Not yet.
Oh.
All these androids are based on North's actress. Well, the female ones, anyway. I did that deliberately so you could show Hank doing that. This is where all the money went, mocap.
I can see. Wow.
And he's doing the shepherd there in the centre.
Commander Shepard. I'm the sexiest man on the Citadel.
That actually looks like Josh as well.
Stupid sexy shepherd.
Stupid sexy Josh. Just leave that there for a free screensaver.
Look at that.
You all have body glitter as well for some reason. It's like, what? Okay. So, because we've not met him before, this is Reed. He's a cunt.
I can tell already.
See what John said. Well, you don't realise this game represents how Android OS will evolve. We'll just have our own personal assistants.
Run Android
He'll
O
end
at the
up becoming
moment.
friggin' iRobot. Yeah, Reed's a absolute cunt. Kind of reminds me of Austin Powers a little bit. But you see what I mean, though, with all the different colours and materials and stuff.
Blue blood.
So we're looking for a WR400 model. Right, so she's been stitched up. This guy's been violently sexed to death.
You got too many SUCCs.
If I remember rightly, he's a doctor or something.
You're a data, right?
He gets choked.
He's into that.
Yeah, he's been asphyxiated.
Oh yeah, he was.
Okay.
Well, butter my biscuit.
So now we're going to find out what happened to him.
Androids don't have pulses though.
Yeah, he's reactivated her. The idea is to reactivate her to find out what happened.
Oh. Just punch her through.
Now we're going to connect the little wires in her stomach. No matter what you do, you'll always get the same style reaction here, so doesn't really matter on your approach, but it just does flowchart nodes for it. And doing like really aggressive corner here. So the idea with this level is basically to kind of go over the whole thing of sex workers can get abused while they're doing the work.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Where did the other android go? Did it say anything?
She's dead. So that's another one we've killed.
Well,
We didn't kill him, but
we give her a phoenix down and then
yeah. The culprit's still here, disguised.
it's Connor.
Yeah, you just see him walk out and see a clone of Connor doing the leg twisty thing.
He's like, I'm evil Connor. He just has an emo haircut.
Okay, 900 outside. Right, so now we're gonna go through this whole section. It's kind of easy when you get the pattern down. I think it's...
The shepherd.
I was gonna say, why are all the male ones doing the shepherd dance?
They all do the shepherd.
Excuse me, Lieutenant.
She's not doing the shepherd. I do actually just the shepherd.
So what we do is we ask Hank to rent all of these, and every time he rents one, it brings up on his tab. So he's renting tons of android prostitutes basically, and every time we mess up, he's like, oh. What we're actually doing is trying to find the culprit through the androids. So basically, every time we go for a 30-minute session with one of these androids, it costs $29.99 on his card. There's the body glitter. Dun dun dun. Although Hank's reaction at this, he's like, holy shit, Connor, what are you doing?
Probe.
Wait for it. So this is what happens. We look through all of the suspects and we find her.
A blue haired.
So this should be pretty damn quick because I know where they all are. Then we get to see Tattoo. So then,
All the sexy shepherd.
the face looks really weird there.
This is the VR experience right now.
I know, right? I'm trying to remember whether it was that. Right, and then it's the other end of the room.
I like how Connor can just go like that and say, I can see through your eyes. It is the shepherd dance. It really is.
Can't unsee the shepherd. Right, so then it was. Where is she? There! Cheers, love. Right. So we go in here. Then it was one of the guys. God damn it.
You don't want to do the shepherd?
I think it was this guy, if I remember rightly. I could be wrong. No, that's wrong. It might be the other guy over the other side of the room that looks like these. No, because she walks into the blue room, and you end up asking the janitor eventually.
Mr. Janitor.
Right? So you walk into here, and then I think it's this Tracy model.
I like how he's buying all these.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's gonna be broke.
Right, so she goes in the available room here.
What are you doing?
She left the room and we're like, wait, where did she go? Let me go to, I think it's this guy. He looks like Superman a bit.
Hmm.
No, not that guy. Dead woman. Or at least it looks like. Oh, it's the janitor. It's the janitor next. And then she goes into the private area. And then we go into the private area, and that is where... That's where we get to find Robo Tattoo, and then we put the pad down and the scene plays itself. And then it's the end.
I'm taking it from here. I'll take it from here.
So what we do is... No, we're not. Normally... Oh, I was just about to say normally I'd want you to go and interact with the blood. I was just going to go straight to the corner where she is, but... God damn it, Connor. Stop licking everybody's blood! Jesus. So here we go, there she is. She's like, and then the other one reacts to you. And then we just put the pad down. Not actually touching anything at this point. Oh, pad's vibrating against the microphone though. Let's see
The vibes.
Hank and Connor get the living daylights kicked out of them. She kicked him in the dick.
Can't have that.
Here you go, here's your friend. Dom's outside. Roo.
I begged him
Robo tattoo.
Forget about the humans. Their smell of sweat. Dirty words. Come on. Let's go.
Oh, the thing she said.
Yeah. Now you can shoot them at this part, but if you do that, you actually get Hank annoyed. Because Hank's like, what the hell? So instead, we're going to spare them. You become slightly deviant, but the idea is that basically if you don't shoot them, because they're no threat to you really after that, it's just like, oh, okay.
Fair enough.
But then Hank will question you about why you did it later on, even though he thinks it's a good thing.
Probably better this way.
Oh, he's warm now. He's warm. He's warm.
And then Connor's like, what did I just do?
Sarah Connor.
Oh, nice. Right, so that's about 80% of the run done within 3 hours. Pretty good. I wish we could continue, but we gotta hold it for now. So we'll be back next time to do a proper run and finish the entire game in one run.